Hey VC, it's War God 63 here, Kevin. I'm here to do my... I was going to do a top 21, but I decided to do top 25 of 2021 list. And some honorable mentions, so it's tough. This was a tough list for me. I've watched quite a few other top 25s, top 21s, top 10s. Some I have that were not in some of their list, and some of what they have are not in my, or is not in my list. But hope you enjoy this list here. They're always fun to do. Some may not always agree on your choice of number one, but then again, it is your number one, not theirs. So honorable mentions, I have to go with Victory with Gods of Tomorrow. Great album, more hard rock in vein, but it was tough to leave it out. But anyway, Victory. This is really, I was debating to put this in there, but I couldn't. I mean, it's a great album. Great female fronted power metal, traditional metal from Clamorian and Hunter or Eulogy for the Gods. Good stuff here. And then there was, this is more of, well, this is a full length. This is Killer Thrash. Hope you can see that, from Germany. But this is Knife, if they're self-titled. Good stuff here. And then there was, this is more of an EP. Sandstorm and Desert Warrior. And this is hard to leave out, but I left it out. Vindicator. I know this is in a couple lists. This is let's see, Sleeping with Evil. Oh, actually no. This is not in there. Sorry, this is an older one. This one I got late, so this is an EP as well. Band's called Walrus. And Unstoppable Force. New wave of traditional heavy metal. This one came late too. It was almost in the list. Devil Cross. And this Mortal Coil. More new wave of traditional heavy metal. I didn't want to leave this out, but I did. Tower, female fronted band out of New York City, their third album. This is Shock to the System. Hope they come out with this on vinyl. But good stuff there. This was hard to leave out. Thorium with Empires in the Sun. Great album here. This one was hard to leave out as well. This band stays pretty consistent to what they do. Classic power metal, Ancient Empire, and Priest of Stygia. And this is a debut album from this group here, Slizzard, and their self-titled album. And this one came late, almost made the list as well. Band out of Texas called Highways. Texas is coming for you. New wave of traditional heavy metal. And band out of Cleveland here. More new wave of traditional heavy metal. Emerald Rage. And High King. Excuse me. And this one here, band out of Canada, Lycanthro, and Mark of the Wolf. So those were honorable mentions, as I stated. This, what's playing, might have made my list, but I didn't get it until the last week of December. No, actually, I take that back. I got this first part of last week. A band called Necronomicon. I think I've seen Brendan Von Doom show this. The final chapter. Some German thrash. I would have made my list had I had enough spins, but unfortunately did not. So anyway, here comes my list, and it goes like this. Number 25 comes from a band out of Scotland on the Church Recordings label. The band is Oath SC and Computer Warriors. Great album. They used to be just called Oath, but they added SC. I know, I think Cloudy showed this in his list, Cloudy Milder. So this is number 25 for me. Number 24 is the second release from this Chicago band, or not Chicago, Quincy, Illinois band, I believe. Band Inner Siege and Fury of Ages. Some power metal done very well. Trying to think, Ray, God, can't think of his name. He's on my Facebook, but just some great power metal from this group here. Their second release, Fury of Ages from Inner Siege. Good stuff here. This is on, I believe, Quamron Records. So check them out. Number 23. I thought this was really going to be high up on my list this year, but unfortunately it did not make the top 10. It's still a good album, but the Halloween, self-titled. Of course, I got the 3D holographic vinyl. You just put the vinyl and shine a light on it while it's spinning, and it's holographs. But it's a good album. There are a couple of 3, 4, or 5 songs in there that really didn't grab me, so it went lower on my list. But still a good album. I really enjoyed this. So it's a 3-album set. Hard to find covers for that to fit into it. It took me a while, but I went through a lot of my covers, and I did find at least this album, and I think there are 2 other albums that were hard to get these into covers. Coming in at 22, again, this is a combination like a couple other people had on theirs. I think Brendan Von Doom had one, and I think Scott Waters had this, and I myself put this together as a number 22, Except to Mean to Die. To me, this is out of the 5 with the Tornillo albums that he is on, and except I think this falls off a little bit, to me anyway. I know others praise this. It's a good album, don't get me wrong, but it just wasn't high for me. Like, the first 3 are absolutely phenomenal, except albums with Mark Tornillo on vocals. This one and the last one slipped just a little bit. So this is number 22, as well as UDO and Game Over. This is a good album. I really enjoyed this. Let's put it the right way here. UDO, Game Over. Some of my favorite tracks here. I mean, number 2, Holy Invaders, great track. Metal Never Dies, great track. Unbroken, great track. Speed Seeker, great track. Metal Damnation, great track. 16 tracks. Yeah, maybe they could have cut it down to maybe 12 or 10, but that's UDO with Game Over. Number 21, band out of the Philippines. The wave of traditional heavy metal. This came on probably middle summer. This took a while for me to find online. I actually ordered a vinyl from, I can't remember the label, I think they were out of Germany. They were out of that particular album I wanted, so as a replacement for the same price, I picked up this one, and I'm glad I did. This is Witchseeker and Scene of the Wild. Just some great traditional heavy metal from these guys out of the Philippines. But, so yeah, number 21, Witchseeker. Number 20. This is a really good album. I got a chance to see this band this past summer at the Red River Valley Fair, and I am so glad I got to see them. This was my... Actually, in all the years they've been around, this is the first time I ever got to see them. I was to see them a number of years back, but weather kind of canceled that. But Styx, Crash of the Crown. Fantastic album. They played 4 or 5 songs off of this album when I saw them, and they were fantastic. The boys are still delivering. If you're thinking early, mid-70s, early 70s, late 70s Styx, this is not that style. This probably a little more progressive in nature. A lot of keys, great guitar work, great vocals. It's got a mix of maybe some traditional stylings from the old days, but not a lot, and a lot of good progressive stuff. But Styx, Crash of the Crown, and that is number 20. Number 19. This was a band that I picked up their album probably early December. I have the other 2. And I'm going to be interviewing this band hopefully towards the end of January. We're waiting for our broadcaster to work a little bit better. We've been having problems, so I haven't been doing my radio show either. But this band hails out of Chicago, kind of more power doomish. Band is called Spillage and Electric Exorcist. Fantastic stuff. Definitely has some doom flair in it, not total doom. To me, it has some Kansas renderings in a lot of their songs with the keyboards. And this is a great album. Highly recommend you guys pick this up. But yeah, coming in with number 19 is Spillage with Electric Exorcist. Coming in at number 16, I bought this again probably early December, and I'm glad I picked this up. Bought this directly from the band, as they did have copies. This is put out by the Underground Power Records. Hopefully this will come out on vinyl. Cleveland band, Chemikilled and Aftermath. This is great. I mean, this is a fantastic CD from these guys. Some traditional metal, some thrash metal, maybe a little progressive rock in their stylings, but all around this is a great album from Chemikilled. And the album's Aftermath, coming in at number, what did I say, number 18. Number 17. And this is, I know a lot of people put this high in their list. I know Metal on Metal had this as number 1. Some of these are in their top 5, some of them are in their top 10. I put this at number 17, Iron Maiden, Sinjitsu. It's a good album. I like it. It grows on you, as everybody else has stated. It's very long. I have this. I have the regular version, and I have the digibook version of this too. But Iron Maiden docks in at number 17 with Sinjitsu. This is another one of those albums that I had a hard time finding a outer sleeve for it. You can buy them. Number 16. A surprise. I've never seen anybody show this, or that for any matter even talk about this band out of Colorado. This is their 3rd or 4th release. I think it's their 3rd release. Again, new wave of traditional heavy metal. It maybe has a couple songs are a little more glammy in nature, but this is a band called Immortal Sin and Force of Habit. Fantastic stuff. Some of the great tracks on here are FUDC, Ballad of Marvin Meyer, Let Them Eat Metal, to name a few, but this is a great album from Immortal Sin. Bought it directly from the band, so check them out. Coming in at number 16. Number 15. Some German speed metal. I believe this is their 4th release, and they don't stray far from what they do great. This is Vulture and Deal in Death. This is on Metal Blade Records. Great stuff. If you like speed metal, Germany puts out some great speed metal bands. Vulture is no exception. This is a great album. Check it out. Some of Vulture with Deal in Death coming in at number 15. Number 14. I picked this up a couple months ago. I heard a track online on YouTube and I fell in love with it. I loved what I heard. I went and I bought this album. I've never seen anybody ever show this group either. I guess that's why they call it underground metal. The band is called Beekeeper and Slave to Nothing, a 3-piece female-fronted thrash metal. Not full-on thrash, maybe has some traditional elements in their sound, but this is a great album from these guys. Beekeeper, coming in, what did I say, number 14. If you ever get a chance to pick this up, do so. You will not be disappointed. This is a great album. Number 13. UK band. First album they put out in like 7 years, I believe. 6 years. This is a good album. Very good album. And I've seen others have this on their list. Evil and Hell Unleashed. Just some great UK thrash. And like I say, I'm not sure how many albums they got out. 4 or 5, I believe. But this being their latest. And fantastic stuff. Great thrash, great UK thrash from Evil and Hell Unleashed. Coming in at number, what did I say it was? Number 13. Number 12. Also on Metal Blade Records. Great release. Dutch thrashers. This is probably more power thrash in nature, this album. Talk about Artillery and number 10, or X, whatever you want to call it. Just some great power thrash. I love power thrash. It's fantastic stuff. Again, it's on Metal Blade Records. But clocking in at, what did I say that was? Number 12 is Artillery with 10 or X. Number 11, a couple CDs coming up here. I thought this was going to be higher, but a lot of these before this were just a bit better. I'm waiting on the vinyl for this to arrive here any day now. Talk about Exodus and Persona non grata. Just some great thrash, great guitars. Steve Zetro Sousa, fantastic vocals on this. All around, it is a good album. And Clickbait, great track. Persona non grata, great track. Slipping into Madness, Elitist, The Years of Death and Dying. Just a great thrash album from Exodus. They still deliver the goods. This CD came in a couple of weeks before the end of December, and wow, I was very surprised how good this was. I forgot I even ordered this. This came from Greece and Sleazy Rider Records. This band is, I believe, from Greece. Yes, this is a Greek band. The band is called Thelmite, and the album is called Thelmism. Man, this thing smokes. This is traditional, well, probably a heavier edge traditional metal, maybe bordering on power metal at times, but this is so fantastic. I mean, very rarely does a CD comes in that late in 2021 and makes my list. Some standout tracks are In for the Kill, Anatolia, Violator, Eternal Evil, Up on the Cross. I mean, fantastic stuff. If you get a chance to pick this up, do so. And this is coming in at number 10, so my top 10 has started here. Thelmite with Thelmism. 3-piece group, fantastic stuff. Coming in at number 9, some more thrash from Germany. I believe this is the 3rd release from these thrashers. The band is called Ravager, and the album, The Third Attack. Gotta love the cover, fantastic cover. And it's on green vinyl, but great thrash from Ravager. It has 10 tracks, and coming in at number 9, I believe. Yeah, number 9 is Ravager with The Third Attack. Number 8 from Portland, Oregon. This band's 3rd release. And a little bit about what it says on the liner note, or not the liner, but the sticker on the front. Face the satanic magic attack. Bewitcher returns with an album of unholy anthems featuring Electric Phantoms, Valley of the Ravens, and Mystifier, White Knight City. Bev finally has gotten into this album and this group. She had a hard time with the vocals. I'd like to refer to this album as Blackened Thrash, or Blackened Power, or Blackened Traditional, with the vocals of the Bewitcher, Cursed Be Thy Kingdom, on red and black splatter. Coming in at number 8, band out of Portland. Let's see. They're on Century Media Records, so they're on a fairly big label now. So, fantastic release from Bewitcher. Coming in at number 7, some pirate metal from this German band. Continue to put out great release after great release. Running Wild, Blood on Blood, double album set. Kind of a lime color. You can't see it probably through here, but some Running Wild, with Blood on Blood. Great release from these guys, clocking in at number 7. Running Wild. Coming in at number 6, should be my last CD. I do have this coming on vinyl. This is a band out of India. I got 2 bands out of India in this list here. This is a great album from Kryptos, Force of Danger. This is more new wave of traditional heavy metal, but with a little bit of the harsher vocals. Almost, well, not, I wouldn't say really death metal vocals on this, but they are a little harsh, but they're very understandable. Their albums before this, they were more thrashy orientated. A couple of their earlier stuff is more death thrash when they first started out, but this is more traditional heavy metal with a little bit harsher vocal styles. But this is a great album. Some standout tracks are Hot Wired, Dawnbreakers, Nighthawk, Force of Danger, Shadowmancer. 8 tracks, perfect amount. Band out of India, Kryptos with Force of Danger. My top 5. This, probably my second favorite behind Liquid Monster, which I don't think anybody can top. I don't think they can top that album, in my opinion. But I'm talking about Brainstorm and Wall of Skulls from Andy B. Frank and the boys. Great stuff. I own everything from Brainstorm, including the early days, which some of that early stuff is hard to come by. But this is a great album. Where the Ravens Fly, great track. Escape the Silence, great track. Glory Disappears, great track. Just a great album all around from Brainstorm. Love the cover. Like I say, probably my second favorite Brainstorm in their catalog. So next, clocking in at what I say, number 5. Number 4. The second band out of India, and I had to go overseas to pick this up as well. Only 100 in existence on the first pressing. I don't know if they'll do a second pressing or not. They're on Doc Gator Records. And I'm talking about Against Evil and End of the Line. Great cover. Just a great overall album. This is more old school heavy metal like Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, and you can definitely hear that in this album. This is their third release. Some of the standout tracks are Sound of Violence, Out for Blood, End of the Line, Sword of Power, Metal or Nothing, and they do a Motorhead track, Ace of Spades. Fantastic album. If you ever get a chance to pick this up on vinyl, do so. They're very limited. The one before this I tried to get on vinyl and I missed out, so I wasn't going to miss out on this. So Against Evil coming in at what they say number 4 with End of the Line. Great stuff. Number 3. Fantastic release from Arizona band Flotsam and Jetsum with Blood in the Water. Power thrash, not full-on thrash in my opinion. I love power thrash, like I said, I mentioned earlier. But this is a great release coming in number 3. Flotsam and Jetsum with Blood on the Water. Red vinyl, as you can see. But fantastic stuff. Number 3. So yeah, now we're down to the top 2. And this is in, without the Flotsam and Jetsum are in a lot of lists in the top 5, top 10, so it made mine number 2. I got 3 copies of these, all the same color and all with signed, not covers, but little posters. Not posters, but you know what I mean. But anyway, KKs Priest and Sermons of the Sinner. You can see it signed right here. Like I say, I have 3 of these. But fantastic album. If Priest were to put out an album this year, it'd probably be this, but instead KK put out a fantastic album with Ripper Owens on vocals, a supporting cast that is fantastic on this, and yeah, I just really enjoy this a lot. So number 2, KK's Priest, Sermons of the Sinner. And my number 1, probably a surprise to a lot of people. I haven't seen this on a lot of lists. I've seen them on 2 lists. Brendan Von Doom showed him as an honorable mention, and I believe Scott Waters showed him. I think they were in his top. This was in his top 10 or just out of it. But this is a fantastic album. I've heard other people praise this, but I've never hardly ever see anybody's list with this in here. This is my number 1, and when I first got it, I couldn't get enough of it. I got the CD first, then I got the vinyl. They're on Rat Pack Records, Todd Latour, and Rejoice in the Suffering. Man, is this a good album. It's heavy. It's got some great guitar. It's got some great vocals. Nothing like the Queensryche that Todd's in. This is heavier than Queensryche. Just a heavy, all-around great album. And on Rat Pack Records, of course, Rat Pack Records known for their Obi strips They put out a great package. And so, yeah. So this is my number one of 2021 Toddler Tour. So to recap, I had 25 was Oath, SC with Computer Warrior, 24 Inner Siege, Fury of the Ages, 23 Halloween with Halloween, 22 is a tie with Accept and Yudo with Too Mean to Die and Game Over. 21 was Witchseeker, Scene of the Wild. Number 20 was Styx with Crash of the Crown. Number 19 was Spillage with Electric Exorcist. Number 18 was Chemikilled with Aftermath. Number 17 was Iron Maiden with Sinjitsu. 16, Immortal Sin with Force of Habit. Number 15, Germany's Vulture with Deal and Death. Out of the US, number 14, Beekeeper with Slaves to Nothing. The UK has at number 13, Evil, Hell Unleashed. Out of the Dutch country comes Artillery at number 12 with 10. From the US, number 11, Exodus, Persona Non Grata. Number 10, band out of Greece, Thelmite with Thelmism. Out of Germany, Ravager with The Third Attack. Out of Portland, Oregon, Bewitcher with Curse Be Thy Kingdom. Out of Germany, Running Wild with Blood on Blood. Number 6 out of India is Kryptos with Force of Danger. Out of Germany, Brainstorm at number 5 with Wall of Skulls. Out of India, Against Evil with End of the Line. Out of Arizona at number 3, Flotsam and Jetsum with Blood on the Water. And then a US, UK band. Number 2, KKs Priest, Sermons of the Sinner. And number 1, Toddler Tour with Rejoice in the Suffering. I know a lot of people pick this up, but I rarely seen it in anybody's list. I don't know why I don't know. This is a great album. Pick it up if you see it. You will not go wrong with this. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching this video. Guy comments below. As always, take care, and I'll see you next time. So as I always say, keep it loud, keep it heavy, keep it metal, and we'll see you next time. Take care.